Hello, how are you doing? This is the In All Honesty podcast. My fabulous name is Oliver Rao, and this is a bonus episode from the childbearing episode. So it's technically the same episode, but I got a few responses later on, and I was just like, I cannot close them in. I will share as well. So let's get straight into some of the responses that I got. I named this person Magdalena. So Magdalena says, si ID upe Karen Nyamu. Bona? Nitapea za mido atunge nayo nyimbo. Anyway, Magdalena says, hello, baby girl. I'm proud of you and I really like what you do. Your podcast has helped me in so many ways. Kudos. Thank you. Thank you so much, baby girl. And now, here we are. I am a last born in a family of 4, and let me tell you, Maina, since my dad died in 2009, our lives changed completely in such a way that mama couldn't give us the things we were used to being given. I was 9 by then. Kutoka hapo nguo kununuliwa ikawa sio often. You know, when dad was still alive, Christmas nguo mpya, Easter nguo mpya, etc. Now, sorry, I'm lost. Now, by the time I was 13, nikaanza kuenda vibarua, kuchuna majani, to buy some stuffs for myself, kiasi nikakaa na my sister, At the age of 13, nilikuwa nafua nguo zangu, zake na za mtoto wake, and I cook and clean. In 2014, nikajua sasa kuchuna kilo mingi, nikaanza kujinunulia nguo. That's how I now became fully responsible for myself. Mama kishalipa fees na chakula ni hivyo, nguo si utanunua ama. I joined high school in 2015. The same trend, school fees na uniform, but socks and bras and pants not included. I had to go to a day school, juu sasa boarding nitatoa wapi ata pocket money surely. I finished my high school, got my strong C. I don't know why you're laughing. You've done so well for yourself, but voila, no money for college. Olive, nimefanya kazi ya nyumba hika Nairo, and you know how hectic it can be. Now see, I'm responsible for another whole family, other people's kids. I'm just 23. I've already made up my mind. Sitaki, watoto sitaki, hata familia. I just want to be by myself, and I'm tired of taking care of other humans. Walai sitaki hata kamoja. Thanks, love. Oh, baby girl, you have done so well for yourself. Being parentified is the worst thing ever because you take up so much responsibility as a child. By the time you get to adulthood, you are not willing to take care of anyone anymore. You can imagine starting to work at 13. 13, you're in class 7, 8. It's not funny. By now, you literally don't have the strength to take care of one more person, not even to pick up anything from someone. Because I remember, I say I have raised kids. I say I have paid school fees. I say I have literally done everything. I've done I've changed the nappies to paid school fees for tertiary education. So I feel like I have literally raised kids my whole life. And for me, I'm just like, I cannot do that again. And that is why when I lived with my boyfriend, when I found like a simple thing as a shirt on the floor, I was just like, it was such a trigger. I was just like, I cannot for the heart of me take care of someone else. No, I don't think I can. So I really do understand, Magdalena. I hope you find clarity. I hope you break through. I hope life becomes easier on you. And may you experience happiness. And may you experience the childhood that you never got. May you become a child again. May you be soft on yourself. May life be beautiful for you. May you find wealth, health, and good health and a lot of happiness. I wish so much greatness upon you. You have done your part for this world. May life reward you in return. Thank you for sharing. Francisca says, hey, Olive, are Kenyans ready for this discussion? Where do I start? I am 39 years old. I have chosen to be child-free. It is not easy. Try it and see how people project their insecurities to you. I have had every comment under the sun. Can you be child-free and be a Christian? This is going against nature. Who is going to take care of you when you are old? You are selfish for not wanting a kid. Try adopting a kid to give you comfort. You cannot be living alone in a 3-bedroom house, etc. One time, my dear friend just told me to have a child with whoever, any man would suffice. We are no longer friends. Some friends or work colleagues think I have a problem with my reproductive system. Big ha ha. My biggest problem is most people think I am a freak and will try to hook me up with widowers who have 3 or more kids, their deadbeat brothers, so that I can go look after their mother and homesteads, philanderers, etc. Aish! How did I arrive to my decision? Well, I come from a family of 6. I was the deputy parent. I started attending school meetings when I was 20 years old. This wore me out. I do not think I have strength left to actively be involved in my children's life. My life is not perfect, but it's blissful. I live a comfortable life. I get to plan my time. I travel when I want. My personal opinion is that a child cannot replace the space or a spouse or partner. We are a long way out of letting women who have chosen to be child-free be. Meanwhile, why is it that I cannot find a child-free man in Kenya? Kenya is tough. Do not get me wrong. I like children. I just do not think I want them. The world is more lenient to single mothers, but not to child-free women. The society loves those who fall in line, doing what everyone expects because they expect it. It's about confirming the social societal pressure. Are women getting kids because it's expected of them, or is it what they want? Let women discover themselves. This concept is yet to be accepted. You are free to edit my language to bring the point home. I would like to meet you someday. I would love to meet you too, Francisca. Why I was so elated when I got Francisca's letter is because I really wanted the perspective of someone who is older. And by older, I wanted to see if there's someone in their 40s or 50s who is child-free. And Francisca being 39, I was super, super stoked. I was like, child-free by choice. Here we had, like at 39, child-free by choice. So I was so happy when Francisca sent this in. And of course, the issue of parentifying kids has come up again. She says she attended her first school meeting when she was 20. I was in high school. I've closed school. My last born sister is still in school. I have to go for the parent meetings. I have to go for whatever. I remember even like arranging an entire visiting for my last born sister. And I tell people this and they do not believe it. But I actually washed my last born sister's napkins. That's how I knew how to wash it. I'm literally 7 years older than her. So by the time she was getting bored, I was probably around 7, 8. And at the age of 7, 8, my mom would show me how to take her napkin, how to empty it. This is napkins, guys. This is not diapers, please. This is diapers came the other day. You empty the napkin in the toilet, then you rinse the napkin with clean water, and then soak the napkins for a while, and then you'll come back and wash them. I knew this at the age of probably 7 or 8. Yeah. So, yeah, being parentified comes up again. And then by the time you're old, you just do not have the strength. She also says, why I was really excited to find an older person who is child-free is just to see how they navigated life. Because right now it's easier for us. Because right now, if I sit like this, I already have 5 friends in my circle who are child-free by choice. So it's easy to navigate life like that. But I can imagine for them at their time, it was completely unheard of. It's not at their time, but even if you go back 5 years from now, you'll find that there were very retrogressive myths and misconceptions around certain things. So to think that this person at their time, it was unheard of. If you think I'm lying, if you think I'm lying, think of people in your life who are, let's say, even 35 and above, and tell me how many of them do not have children in your family or in the circles around you. Then you will understand how people like Francisca had to swim against the gradient to take this decision. Francisca, I don't know if you're looking to date older, because if you're looking to date older within your bracket, men your age just love children. They love children, but they do not like taking care of them. I know there's a problem with men who are around 35 to 45 years old. They love, every one of them is always asking a woman, si unizalie, can you have my babies for me? And they think it's a compliment, by the way. And none of these men actually take care of their children. I don't know what is wrong with that particular generation. Someone has to tell us what happened to the water that our mothers were drinking in the 80s, because something is wrong. So maybe that's why you're struggling to find men who want to be child free. That bracket is weird, but I know younger men who are very freely child free. Like my age, let me see if I know some. Oh yeah, I know a couple of men who are my age who are child free by choice, and I know younger ones. So yeah, if you're willing to date younger, you might find your options. The other option that I've seen for child-free women that is working very well is women who have dated way older men who are already divorced and have like older children. Like you find a stable man. They've not divorced ati because sijui he's a philanderer, sijui. They just divorced because him and the wife were not working out. The kids are also older and a bit stable. You usually find these men are usually very financially stable. So those are the relationships I have seen working as well. You have said the society is lenient on single mothers than it is on child-free women. And let me tell you, single mothers are going through single mothers are dragged through the mud. But let me tell you what's worse than a single mother. A non-mother. Because if a single mother is being beaten 4 strokes, you are being beaten 8. So I do understand the entire dynamics. It's something that people cannot wrap their heads around. I'm very confident about speaking about it. Just so we know, guys, I mean, if you want to get mad, here we are. But thank you so much for sharing, Francisca. We really needed someone who's a bit older to tell us, is it really true, or are we being delusional? Because a lot of times people tell you, you'll change your mind. Right now you're young. I was young when I was 22. I was young when I was 25. I'm young when I'm 30. When am I ever getting old? So please don't impose your denial on me. Another response that I got, I named her Vayo. Vayo is Viola. I don't know. But anyway, good morning, Olive. I hope this day found you in great spirits. It did. It was my podcast shooting day. I just watched your most recent podcast and I want to say thank you. Thank you for the work that you put into it and sharing other women's stories. I have watched many stories of child-free women, but none have felt as relatable as the stories you have shared. I'm curious to know your thoughts and that of other on aging without children and seeing as not everyone will be lucky enough in this lifetime to have a partner, being an elderly single woman. And also, let's be real, not everyone will be lucky enough to amass immense wealth or even riches to settle comfortably in old age. And therefore, aging without being rich, I find myself often worrying about these 3 aspects. And while they don't scare me enough into popping out kids, I still worry and wonder what will become of me when I am old, wrinkly, toothless, and fully into the old person smell. Also, could you please share some legitimate charities some legitimate charities you give to? Because while I know I do not have the desire to become a parent, I have a huge soft spot for abandoned children, and I would love and be happy to support my entity and support any entities that genuinely care for abandoned children. So I'll start with charities. I do not have a specific charity right now, but if I come across a children's home that is very close to my heart, I will definitely recommend. But right now, I'm very keen on pushing all the support towards Usikimye. Usikimye is a gender-based violence, is an organization that rescues gender-based violence victims. They rescue all across, but what I've realized is a lot of victims are children and kids. So just to sustain the safe house and to have, and to rescue women from this death traps that they are in as marital spaces, that's where I mostly encourage people to contribute to. So I will share a poster, I will share the description or their Instagram link in the description so that you can click and just Get to look at it, do your due diligence. And as I've said, this is not a paid promotion from Usikimye. I genuinely just like Usikimye. So you have other concerns, and I'm happy that I've read your response just after I've read Francisca, who is 39 and is very proud and very happy. And she says her life is not perfect, but it's blissful. Remember that. So you're wondering, what about when I get to old age? What happens to me and I cannot move as fast? I cannot. First of all, I remember when I was replying to you, I asked you, who's even planning to get to that age? I said, if I have the chances of learning about mercy killing, I'd like to be killed, or rather be laid to rest. Optionally, if I get to a point where I cannot be a productive member of the society anymore, I really do not have anything to give you anymore on this planet. So mercy killing is something that I will look into. But again, if you want to go, if you're also wondering, not everyone will get rich. So how will old age look like without having all that money? I myself am very proud to be someone who is very comfortable and content with sustenance. So I've always said that I don't think I'll ever be a billionaire. A millionaire is possible. I think I'll have a couple of millions in my account if I work really hard. But I don't think I'll ever be a billionaire. And I think for sustenance is enough for me. I'm happy with the simple things. I just want to live in a house. I just want to have a roof over my head, food on my table. And those are the things that keep me going. Those things keep me happy. For the day that I wake up and there's a roof over my head, I am grateful. So if you're someone like me who just has had enough with sustenance, then you should be fine. But looking into the future, maybe you don't have the money, you've grown old, who's there to take care of you? You don't have the money to put yourself into a hospice, right? So I found myself just wondering about this, and I was just like, why are you wondering about it? Because I literally do not even plan past a year in my life. Let me tell you, if you ask me what I will do next year in December, I don't know. The much I know is up to what I plan to do January 2024. From there, I have no idea. This question of what are your plans in the next 5, in the next 10 years, I don't appreciate those because I don't know what my plans are as well. So I can't plan that ahead, and usually I'm unable to plan for things that I cannot visibly see. So for me, just putting aside money, savings for a rainy day, putting aside money for, let's say, a home, owning a home, putting money aside for travel. I can only process information when there's some level of tangibility to it. So the idea of thinking, when I'm 80, when I'm 70, it's very difficult for me to think. But one thing I am sure is that I will not have children. I am sure. But I don't know. Let it come the way it comes. I really do not know, but I am definitely considering the aspect of mercy killing. If I get to a point where I cannot take care of myself, then I prefer to leave. But if anyone else has their plans or they've thought of something for the older they get and probably you don't have as much strength or as much money, please share so that Vayo and I also just know if we can borrow ideas. Last but not least, the last letter on our bonus episode comes from someone I named Priscilla. So Priscilla says, turning 29 and I am child-free and don't want any. Early 20s, I wanted 5, but that number gradually reduced to 0. Emotionally, I'm not ready financially. I am just comfortable taking care of myself. Let's not talk about even if you are in a partnership. The child is like 90% of your responsibility. That is true. Wacha ikae. Now I think of the short-term na long-term care of that child hatufikiri, mental health, adolescent, being present at every step. Yani, it's a lot. What the lady has to sacrifice is just too much, in short. Oh, this was just a small response. There's one more letter I will read. Okay. So basically, you just don't see yourself taking care of a child. we think of children as toddlers and nice TikTok videos. We don't think as children as everything I do will impact these children somehow in a mental manner, and this will in turn affect their lives as adults. That's something that we don't think about. We don't think about how will I handle this child in their adolescence era? What will I do different from my parents? We only think of children as akuja na sahani yake. You're only thinking of children as what they will eat. There's so much to children. What about you being 90% of you're basically the primary parent, but in a partnership? Again, we have mentioned probably in the last 3 episodes that parenthood is very, very lonely in as much as it takes more than one person to make a parent, which is very, very weird. So I really do understand your concern, Priscilla. Yes, please do not sign up for anything you have not the strength to do. So kudos to you. Okay, the last letter, I promise now this time. I named this person Drizella. I think it's a Disney name. I don't remember from where, but yeah. So Drizella says, growing up, I did not think I would want to get kids. The thought of being pregnant and labor pains never crossed my mind. I even thought if getting married to a divorcee or widower, I think, or widow is the woman, widower who has kids and does not need kids, the thought of just adopting the thought of just adopting is fine with me. Fast forward, I got pregnant by accident. I know what P2 is, what condom was, but never thought I would need it. Okay? I came across TRM F2F after the accident. Okay, I don't know what that is. Okay, but never thought I would need it. Okay, I came across TRM F2F after the accident. I don't know what those two things are anyway. Once I realized I was pregnant, I was like, Allah, ni kawaida tu. My Mombasa loved me. No morning sickness, no kufura, no funny cravings. It just chesered chini. I glowed. Baby came, but with complications, and I went through CS after laboring for 24 hours induced. I had to say induced, Jew. That shit is painful. It's not like normal labor. My baby passed on after 9 days. It was a tough moment for me. The shame, the pain, the grief, it was too much. Anyway, I'm now past that event, got married. 1 year now. As soon as I got married, I wanted to get pregnant. Olive, natamani mtoto. We have not been actively stopping nor trying, but we know we should have been pregnant. We know our days, but each month for the last 12 has been nada. Even ile siku mkoshua leo I'm ovulating. Nothing. It is stressing me to the point I'm afraid if going to the doctor, I'm afraid of you are infertile. You need these thousands to be able to get a child, or the thought of I'm gonna wait forever to be pregnant. And FB keeps popping me pages with baby items. Today in church, a mama sat next to us with a cute baby and I began crying just seeing all the cuteness. So Drizella's story in short. Your punctuation, Drizella, is wanting. But anyway, so you say you didn't know about P2 and all that, and condoms and all that. So until you became pregnant, but your pregnancy was beautiful. You were glowing, no morning sickness. You had a beautiful pregnancy. But then there was complications during labor. You were induced and you went through labor for 24 hours and you finally had your baby. But your baby died 9 days later. And after that, you and your person have been trying. And it's not like you're pushing. It's not... You just keep trying, even when on days when you're sure you're ovulating and nothing, you still haven't conceived, and you're scared of going to the doctor because the doctor will tell you something like you're infertile, and that's something you're not willing or you're not ready to hear yet. And the other thing is that you're also scared the doctor will tell you, oh, you need this many thousand shillings so that you can have an alternative way of having children. And that is something that scares you. You saw a child at church, you cried because they were just so cute. And you keep thinking about it. What if you realize you can't have children? So I understand your frustration. It's a lot. It's a lot when you want something so badly and it just doesn't come. I'm sending you so much love, all the warmest hugs that you can get. I am sending all the good energy and good vibes your way. But I will advise that in whatever you do, you will have to take the courage and actually go to the doctor. You cannot solve or you cannot come up with a solution or a way forward for something that you do not know. Information will help you take the next steps for you. But also you have to get there with your partner. Take your time. You'll have to go through the denial process because right now you don't know what's going on. It's very confusing. But at the end of the day, just try and sum up some courage and go to the doctor so that you know what's up. It will help. Information always helps you get your way forward. And with that said, we have come to the end of our bonus episode. I hope it was really bonus. I hope it wasn't as long as the other ones. But yes, that's the end of our bonus episode on childbearing. We got a few more responses. I would like to tell you, if you're child-free by choice, every reason is valid. Even just saying, I do not want children, I just don't want. That's a very valid reason. If you'd like to have children and you're working towards it, please don't let anyone make you feel like what you're doing is, it's just useless. Like, how dare you have children in this economy? Your economy you can afford. If they are broke, let them be broke in peace. Why are they coming to impose their poverty on you? So if you want to have children, work towards it. Be very open-minded. If you want to have children, be very open-minded to other alternative ways of having children, because sometimes it might be frustrating if you realize you can't have your children by yourself, and opening up yourself to other methods sometimes is a little itchy. And we know how Africans treat women who don't give birth personally by themselves. So also be just open to other alternatives. And for people who have children and are saying no more, or have children and want some more, and you're already a parent, I hope the world gifts you all the grace that you need, all the patience that you need to raise a kid, and all the health, wealth, and happiness that you require to make sure that that child has a good place and you as the parent are happy. And with that said, we've come to the end of our bonus episode. This is In All Honesty Podcast. My fabulous name is Olive Orao. And remember, we always have partnership opportunities on this podcast. You can have product placement, you can sponsor an episode or a season, you can run an advert, or you can have a mention on an episode. Bye.